How's it going, everyone? James Lynch here doing a quick reaction video to the news. The three fighters are now off tomorrow night's UFC Fight Night card, which goes down in Las Vegas at the UFC Apex. The first one, the most notable one, is Ray Borg. What a bunch of unfortunate news for Borg, who's just had such a hard time just getting to fight. Of course, his last fight against Valiev, that fight did not take place as well because Borg had some personal reasons. MMA Junkies reporting due to undisclosed reasons, Borg is off this card. Luckily, they were able to find a replacement for Nathan Maness, the guy who was supposed to fight Borg at bantamweight. Johnny Munoz Jr. Now, this guy has fought a ton for King of the Cage. He's got a lot of finishes. He's actually coming off a submission win over Ian King at King of the Cage Reaction Time back in September of last year. So a bit of a layoff for Munoz Jr. coming into this fight. He is 27 years old. He stands at 5'9". I still like Nathan Maness in this fight, though. Personally, I'm very high on Maness, and I think he'll get the job done tomorrow night. The other fight that has been switched up, Jamal Emmers was supposed to be taking on Timur Valiev. Valiev is now out again due to undisclosed reasons, so Jamal Emmers will now be fighting a guy in Vincent Cachero. Cachero, pretty talented guy, fought for LFA, ended up actually losing to Casey Kenny back in 2019, March of last year, but he rebounded in his last fight, getting a first-round TKO victory, or second-round TKO victory, I should say, over Martin Garcia back in January at LFA 81. Cachero's 30 years old. He's 5'6". I still like Jamal Emmers in this fight. If you guys remember, I was actually picking Emmers for the upset in that matchup over Timur Valiev, but I think Emmers will get the job done. Personally, I think that last fight should have gone his way against Giga in his last fight, so give me Jamal Emmers in that one. And then the other switch up is Eric Spicely is out of his fight against Marcus Perez. Now, Spicely came into this one off a bit of a layoff. He just took to Twitter actually right now. I just checking out the tweet here. He says that I guess he's had some issues with some of the medication he's been taking. Spicely took to Twitter and said basically, for the sake of transparency, this was my first weight cut since starting antidepressants due to head trauma I sustained in the Duran win fight. Needless to say, it went horribly wrong and the fight is off. I will figure this problem out and hopefully be able to compete again. So Spicely is out of his fight with Marcus Perez. At the time I'm recording this, they do not have an opponent for Marcus Perez in this fight, so we'll see what the UFC decides to do there. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you think of some of these replacement fighters? Who are you picking with some of these switch ups in these respective fights? Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Lynch on Sports, and make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, youtube.com/LynchOnSports.